Good evening. We'll call to order this special meeting of the Lowell Subcommittee. And if I could ask you all to join me in rising for the Pledge of Allegiance.
School committee.
Did I say
Yeah,
school committee?
school committee.
Oh, sorry, the regular school committee. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. If the clerk would call the roll, please.
Ms. Martin?
Here.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Here.
Ms. Scott?
Here.
Mr. Conway?
Here.
Mayor Elliott? Mr. Gendron? Mr. Leary?
Here.
5 present, 2 absent.
With a quorum present, we will move forward. We have one topic this evening to discuss. It is the vote to approve a contract for the school business administrator between the Lowell Public Schools and Gary Ann Frisch. Mr. Superintendent, if you could share with us kind of our current status.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The reason we're meeting today is because we had, some time ago now, several weeks ago, we had offered the position to Mr. Frisch, who has accepted it and had notified as well his employer that he will be coming to Lowell Public Schools. And then we had, back in November, submitted that contract that you had voted on and approved in our last meeting to the city solicitor to look it over. And we only got, we heard from her last week, and in what she recommended is that she said that we could not necessarily use the title of CFO because it would appear as being a new job and a new position. And the new position, she explained that the school committee cannot create any new position within the 3 months before the election. So she wanted us to go back to a position accepted prior, and that was the assistant superintendent, which we could not do that because the person does not have the assistant superintendent license. He has a business, school business license. So we did a little research, and it turned out that the school business administrator title is not something that they will not be seen as new or will not present any problems for us because that's the mandated job by the state. The state requires a school business administrator and a superintendent. Those are the 2 jobs that they mandate for the school system. Now, so she went over this contract and changed the title, and none of the, there was only one slight change, which I'll point out to now. I just looked at it. None of the terms, benefits, whatever it is that you had approved on the old contract was altered. They are exactly the same. None of that has changed. The main change here is the school business administrator, because that's the mandated title by the state. And the other small change that she added, which is really not of, is on page 3. If you look at the bottom of page 3, under performance A and B, she added the B, which is failure to fulfill the obligations agreed upon in this contract will be viewed as a violation of the Code of Ethics, Massachusetts Association of School Superintendents, and will be reported by the committee to the appropriate state and national associations of the school administration and state educational authorities, which obviously we're always obligated to do if in any administrator violates any code of ethics. We are obligated to report them to the proper authorities, proper agencies. Other than that, really, there isn't really any other change substantial change that I know of, whether particularly in the area of benefits and money and so forth. We have shared this with Mr. Frisch, and he has no concern. Emailed us back, said he doesn't really mind the title, whatever it is, and he doesn't really care much about the change. It's not going to affect his decision to here. Now, one last thing I would say is In the state of Massachusetts, there are like 5 or 6 different titles that they use. You'll hear CFO, you'll hear assistant superintendent, school business manager, you'll hear all kind of titles. In the eyes of the state, in the eyes of the law, the title is always school business administrator. For instance, currently, we have assistant superintendent or acting assistant superintendent, Frank Antonelli. Many of the papers that he would sign when they come, or things that come to us from the state, they're always, you'll have the signing as a school business administrator. So this is just simplifying it. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
I did have just a couple quick ones. One, and I'm sure you discussed this with the city solicitor, in terms of adhering to our posting policies, we're okay making this change and not having to repost?
No, I mean, in terms of posting for a job posting?
Right, yeah.
No, not at all, because nothing has really changed, and as I said, neither the job description nor it's always been understood that no matter what you call the job, you are a school business administrator, because that's what appears on your license from the state. It appears as a school business administrator license, and you're required to have that license to work with it.
Or be able to get it. I'm assuming that Mr.
Right.
Frisch won't be coming with that. He'll need to go through the
Yeah,
process
you have to
once he
have it or
arrives.
be able to get it, though he's already applied for it.
Okay.
And they already confirmed for him that he has all the things that he needs to do it. He just needs to pass his MTEL of literacy, which he's taking before he comes here.
My only other question was around, from the posting, and I'm going from memory here, I know we had cited that it was mandatory, a requirement of the position to have the MBA, and I note that he only has a CPA. Did we include CPA as one of the licensures that would be acceptable?
I think we're required to have, I think he does have a master's degree.
In education, I think. Again, I don't have his resume in front of me. I just want to make sure that it won't, if it goes against what we listed as required.
No, I don't think so, but I know that the 6 or 7 people who had looked at this, which included people from the city, people from different parts, and Frank Antonelli was chairing that committee, or coordinating that committee, if you wish, had looked at all of these and had already cleared all of that.
Okay. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Look at that. I would entertain a motion to, oh, I'm sorry, yes, Mr. Leary. Okay, so a motion to approve by Mr. Leary, seconded by Ms. Rostikowicz. I believe we need to do this by name, a name vote, so that as the clerk calls your name, please state the name of the person you are supporting for the position.
Ms. Martin?
Gary Frisch,
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Gary Frisch.
Ms. Scott?
Gary Frisch.
Mr. Conway?
Gary Frisch.
Mayor Elliott? Mr. Gendron? Mr. Leary?
Gary Frisch.
5 for Mr. Frisch, approved.
motion is approved. We all came out on a very nasty night. Anything else we'd like to talk about? Yes, Ms. Scott.
I would just like to congratulate Mr. Frisch on his new position. I think it's great that he has a CPA. I think that's valuable experience for the job. Also, that he's won several meritorious budget awards, which I think is something
National
that
ones.
certainly national awards that I really hope maybe we'll see that in Lowell in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would entertain a motion to adjourn by Ms. Rostikowicz, seconded by Mr. Conway. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed? Our meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you.